That's amazing.
So I feel like you are head shaming.
I feel the same way. He's making fun of his big head.
Listen, I
wasn't head shaming. I was addressing that the metal band on the headphones is actually bent.
It was passive aggressive head shaming.
I feel like we should stop saying head shaming. Because that feels like something that
somebody can make dirty somehow.
Yeah.
Mainly us.
Like a slam against some kind of.
I'm just saying, people with large noggins. I speak for those people, and it's a burden we must live with. Literally, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
My head is heavy.
There's something there that is like a potential marketing campaign for like the skull shaver kind of things. It's like shave your head, don't shame your head. There's something there.
I literally have hats that I can only wear after I get a haircut. Because some of them like it starts to get a little tight, and I'm like, ooh, time for a haircut. Like that's how
there's that haircut hat adjustment. Like that's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
It's like fresh haircut, bring it in a notch.
It's where like I'll try on a hat, like I'll get a new hat, and I'll be like, oh, it kind of works.
Where's your hat?
I don't have one on my head right now.
2,
no cap.
3.
I have one over there.
What does that mean?
It wouldn't match
no cap.
the fit.
Yeah,
no cap.
But I saw someone use it on.
Means there is no cap.
Like no, like
There's no crap. They have just removed a letter.
For instance, like let's say I'm at a lake and there's geese on the lake, and I'm like, yo, there's geese on the lake. No cap. Because there's really geese on the lake.
So it's like no lie.
I'm not kidding. I'm not
no
capping.
crap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like no shit.
Like no cap.
They just substituted the word cap for shit.
They said they were trying to like troll them in this response, but it said something, and it was like, but cap. So it was like lie.
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
You know cap.
Like,
you know lie.
Like, don't be capping.
I was like,
there's geese on the lake. You know cap.
What the
Why did geese on the lake go to the example that you decided to use for this?
I think it's great. It's a very Caden-coded example.
Like the yes captain, but when they say like yes captain, now that means something totally different. Yeah. It means like yes.
It's like cap and crunch. Is that even
yes capping?
Yes capping.
So like lie crunch?
Not anymore.
Yes.
Crunch is lying.
So it means something. It means the opposite.
If you want to call bullshit on something, be like cap.
Or like yes capping.
Like imagine if you said there's no geese on the lake, and I was like cap.
But like, why?
What was slang when we were like in middle school, high school era?
That'd be interesting to hear from y'all in the comments here. And yes, by the way, this has been the cold open for another episode of Thunder and Spark here. We're back, and this time we're back in the new and improved setup here. Yeah. So there's that. What was slang when you were in middle school, early high school?
So fetch.
Yeah.
So fetch. Yeah, that's well timed.
This was actually like a dog themed line from Target, and the hat said "So fetch," and I was like, mine. It's brown. This is mine.
This is mine.
Yep.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
What was slang back then?
Freaking.
Now it's like kids.
Freaking was a thing.
Yeah.
I know that pissed my parents off so bad.
Oh snap.
Oh snap! I think was
boom
after
boom.
Oh, do you remember the "was up"?
Oh,
Yeah.
and the was it the triple X, like the suck it thing, like that was a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the old one here.
I don't recall.
This conversation is
I have done that to people.
head shaming.
Yeah. I have told people to suck it.
Wow.
I don't know what that means how I meant that, but they know what I meant by that.
You know exactly what it means.
Exactly what it means.
Yeah.
And don't act like
Just because you're not a
No,
doesn't mean
no.
You can't say suck it.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
But you're
kiss
like
my
you
ass.
don't know why, like, or what the.
I don't know what it meant as far as coming from me, a woman, but I know what I meant when I delivered it.
The power.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this: lady bits can also be sucked.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Thank you for coming to the last episode.
It's not the same.
That's
No,
always
it's not the same.
It's always
It's not the same meaning.
But suck it, yeah. No.
But how did "suck it" become like a derogatory?
Really?
Because it doesn't really make sense if you you're trying to shit on somebody, but you're telling them to suck your dick.
Well, because
I mean, that seems like something you might
think of the opposite. Like, what if you were mad at someone and you were like, "Don't suck my dick"?
Yeah,
like that doesn't work as well. So be like, "Don't suck it."
I think it's like derogatory, like suck it, like I own your ass or something.
From fuck you, like. Think about fuck you. Like, how did that become?
Because think of the opposite. I'm not gonna fuck you.
It was probably like
so true.
No cap.
Probably came from like kids who couldn't say you and like just like suck it. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Like freaking.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. Where did dog water come from? Why is that a gaming thing?
Dog
water. Who was like, you know what? You're dog water.
Well, think of the opposite.
Oh, Jesus.
What's normal water is
not apply.
Like if you just called someone like you're just water versus you're dog water.
You're a babbling brook.
Yeah.
You're a babbling brook. What the
like and also
a rapidly moving stream.
Like hot dog water. Like hot dog water is gross.
But
I could see how that would be an insult because that's nasty.
Or dogs could be feet, so like foot water.
Here's the other thing.
Your foot water.
And this would be a question for Ava Thunder.
Yeah.
How do kids keep up with the slang that happened? Like, because I feel like
Snapchat,
it changes a
TikTok.
lot, and I feel like
TikTok
it's
and
just
Snapchat.
like it's just like nonstop of these new terms, and maybe that just makes me sound really old. I don't know, but I don't get it.
I think it's always been like that though.
Not back when we didn't have social media.
There wasn't. You didn't have words.
It only. I mean, we had words, but they came from like movies or songs or like. That's where it came from. It didn't. There was no other source, right? So either we just made shit up as we went along, and it was just. It was only cool in our limited environment, or it came from some kind of pop culture reference, but it wasn't social because that wasn't around back then. So, like we didn't even have cell phones back then. I had a landline in my room and I was cool as
Do you remember the clear phone?
Did you guys have the
lit up?
I had a red phone.
Mine was clear and it lit up when it rang. Hello.
Did your parents ever have the bag phone? Or like the
absolutely,
car phone?
yeah.
The bag phone.
Got the best service of all the phones we've ever had.
Yeah.
Bag.
Yeah, it was in a bag.
It was in a bag.
It looked like a landline phone.
Satchel.
The mechanics of a cell phone took an entire bag,
and it was like
they plug it into like the cigarette lighter in the car for power.
No cap.
No cap.
And
the opposite of.
Yes.
But that thing fire up. It was like a satellite phone.
It was like seriously. It was
Yes,
like in a satchel bag, like probably about this big, and I don't know what was in the bag part, but then they had like the phone,
probably mostly battery.
But it like hung
battery,
up.
and like hung up, like it was.
And the numbers were on the back of the.
Yeah.
Do you also remember
It's like the really cool people would have them in their cars.
Yeah. My parents had one. I don't know why.
A bag.
My parents had one too, and I never saw them use it ever.
We used it a couple times, but can I call my friend?
I'm calling you from the car.
May I speak to the bag?
Ooh, I'm so fancy. I'm calling you from the back of my limousine.
Listen, Richie Rich.
Yeah.
I'm sitting backwards facing the
My
traffic the other way.
parents, to this day, will claim that this was that was the best cell phone they ever had.
That's where they peaked the bag phone.
My mom was like, they had the best signal. I never lost signal on that phone.
Cell phone technology peaked at the bag phone.
Its antenna was the size of a briefcase. That's why it was great.
It'd be like something you'd see in a movie, like the spy movies. You open it up and the satellite comes up out of it and it's in the sky.
Exactly.
And
That's Spy Kids, 100%.
Wait, the big giant like Nokia phones that had the little plastic flip piece that didn't do anything.
It just covered the keyboard. And did you ever seen those?
Nope.
They're like a brick.
You might see it in a museum.
Like they're literally like a brick.
That was our second phone. The giant
my mom had one.
And then we got the
pull-out
Nokia
antenna
with Snake.
too. The pull-out antenna and the flip down the thing. Yeah. Like you're big time when you.
But then it was the Nokia phones where you could play Snake.
Yeah.
But also, like, when you pushed the buttons on the old cell phones, like, and they were kind of a brick, like, heavy in your hand, and you push the buttons, and it was like, beep, beep.
My first phone was my mom's old Nokia, whatever it was, with Snake on it, and
Snake was fun.
Kids today won't know the struggles of having to hit the buttons till you got the letter in the text.
Oh, dude.
And then, like, if you had a lot of S's, you had to hit that button 4 times.
One
Did you ever
time,
have to do that?
One time when I was young, I got in trouble and I got my phone taken away, and I had a flip phone, right? And I had a girlfriend at the time, and this was middle school, and it was summer, so I was like, how am I supposed to talk to her? So she texted me one day, and she was like, why haven't you talked to me? Are we like breaking up? And I tried to text her back and like save this relationship, but I couldn't figure out how to text because it was on a flip phone. So I just never responded.
I don't remember you having a flip phone at
It was my mom gave me a flip phone, and it was like 2 weeks.
You couldn't figure out how to push the buttons enough times to spell.
I got like a few words in. I was like, can't talk, flip phone, but I couldn't figure it out. So I just
like Morse code.
yeah. So
do you remember the texting limits too? Like there used to be limits to how much you could text.
How many texts you could send?
And they were like a certain number of texts, and if you went over that, you got billed for every text message.
I know some people struggle with that.
I was in trouble all the time.
My friend had
I was in trouble
a tally in the back of her notebook, and every time she sent a text, she'd mark a tally mark to know how many texts she had remaining. She was very organized.
I was never that organized. I would just get in trouble when the bill came.
We had unlimited texting.
I did not. I remember the day going unlimited texting. I was like,
I don't ever remember being limited.
You're sending like
messages.
1 word at a time.
Yeah, I'm like, guess what? I now have unlimited texting. I'm like sending it to everybody I know. Like
that would have been the perfect ad.
I will say that my first, the first time I got to open Facebook on my cell phone was a pink Motorola Razr. And the screen, is so freaking tiny. But I'm laying in bed and Ava was a baby and she's laying next to me and I never had to get up. And I was like, I wonder if I could go to, and I went to facebook.com and logged in and it was the tiniest little shittiest experience.
Friendly at that point
fuck
probably
no.
not. No, I remember.
And you couldn't zoom in. There was no touch screen.
I had the one of those ones, the slider ones,
Yes.
And going on the internet on those phones. First off, the internet that was not included in what your phone plan was. It cost money every time you got on the internet.
The internet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time you got on the internet on your phone, it costs money.
There was a separate data plan and phone plan.
And it was so early on, and going onto those things and looking at the website on the phone was not mobile friendly. It was all janky, all screwed up.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Or the ringtones.
Caden's just befuddled right now.
The ringtones
where you could download part of your song, or if you recorded it and then you could use that as your ringtone.
Well, I used to hold my phone up to the radio and record it and then use that as a ringtone. This is all foreign to.
Do you remember recording the song on the radio onto a cassette tape, but you always missed the first 10 seconds because you were trying to hit record really fast as soon as it came on? You never had the first few beats of the song. I'm ready.
Then you're sitting by the radio and you're like, Mom, I have to wait for the song to come
I just called and requested the song. They're gonna play it.
I used to call and did you, Caden, is that foreign to you as well? Calling and requesting songs on the radio? That used to be a thing. That used to be a big thing.
You guys experienced similar technology as children.
Yeah.
I somehow was the dividing line where all of that tech wasn't around for me.
So did you have a phone in high school?
A cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a cell phone until
no, that would have been backwards. He wouldn't have had one in high school.
Partway through college.
Younger.
What did you do?
You'd have been in high school before.
What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do? Did you
how did you speak to people?
Did you write a letter?
I had a landline. Yeah, and even in college for a while, you just had a landline. You just had to call and leave messages, and
oh my gosh,
messages were a thing.
The most embarrassing thing is when your crush finally calls you and you're on the phone with them, and your dad gets on the phone and he's like, Candace, it is time for you to go to bed, and it's 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so mortified. Bubby's on the phone. That was his name.
Bubby?
Yeah.
That's what somebody calls their grandma. Bubby.
That was his name. I'm not going to say his last name. But that was
his real name?
That was his, I think it was a nickname.
Okay.
But
I would hope that was not his
He had a real name.
Oh, it's okay.
But I'm not going to say that either.
I knew someone named Couch.
He was known as Bubby.
Bubby.
Yeah. And he finally.
My sisters called me Bubby, but that was.
And it never worked.
My sister.
Couch?
I never dated this guy.
That's not why was his. So his nickname was Couch?
No.
His actual name was Couch?
Yes.
First name or last?
Was his last name Potato?
His first name was not Couch.
Yes, it was. They called him over the intercom at school. All the time.
Couch Potato, please come
his
to the
parents
office.
named him where he was conceived.
What's his brother's name? Futon?
Could be.
I don't.
Fooey.
Backseat.
Backseat.
Fooey.
End table?
These are my kids, Couch and Fooey.
Maybe the parents
Fooey and
worked for
Fooey.
Lazy Boy or something.
Maybe.
That's crazy. That's a crazy name.
Couch and your brother Recliner, please come to the office right now.
Right.
Is it just couch or is it like cooch? Or
I don't know.
how do you say it?
That's just I
meet my sister, glider.
Glider.
Glider. Yeah.
Glider.
My sister is glider.
That's crazy.
Glider.
Oh, have you met my dad coffee table?
Yeah. Meet our foreign exchange student cousin, Papazon.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, hold on. So Dogwater made me think of this.
Right.
It like started me in the pet direction. I had to say that I told Candy Thunder this morning, but it's funny enough to repeat. I think. So probably isn't. But so woke up early this morning because Navy Thunder woke up, said she had a nightmare, but I'm pretty sure it was the storms rolling.
She called me it was a mysterious dream.
Mysterious dream. Yes.
That's her exact words. She said she came and she always comes and like I lounge in bed in the mornings and she comes and like jumps in bed and she's like, I had a mysterious dream last night. And I was like, well, why was it mysterious? And she's like, I can't remember. Yeah. And I was like, is that what makes it mysterious? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay.
It was great.
Was it? Okay.
It was great. So got up early with her and there was weather rolling in right then. So of course I just stayed up and it was like 6 a.m. at this point.
After going to bed at 1:30.
That's fine.
Because of the live and Love Island.
So stayed up and had to jump on the computer and do some stuff. Like I was trying to chop up or trying to figure out how to get uploaded the TikTok members only that we did last night. So I was working on that. And of course the cat's like, oh, it's cuddle time. Of course. So we do that, and then I'm like, okay, I got to get up, kitty. And then she jumps down and she goes and sits on the ottoman, and watches me walk by a few times. And then I finally lock eyes with her and I see what she's trying to communicate with me. And I'm like, oh my God, this cat 24/7 is Candy Thunder week 3. It is feed me, cuddle with me, or off. And by the way, if we cuddle, I'm randomly going to bite you without warning.
Don't do that.
Because I love you. But
I may be like very much aggressive in my tone.
I'm gonna bite you.
That was the look.
With my words.
I'm like, hey, I understand the parameters here. Like I can work with this. But it was really, really funny. It was funny enough to email myself that description because I didn't want to forget it.
She I love her. I really do. Like she's like the funniest. Like, and obviously she thinks she owns the house now. She kind of does. And the dogs are like, we can't do this again. This is traumatic for us. But she's just like, the dogs like were going to sleep last night and she came and got in bed. She's like, meow, meow. She looks like, so we were both petting her at the same time. And she was like, just loving every second of it.
This is what I have been waiting for.
And I was like, I just love her. She just fits.
Yeah. And Candy was this morning like, you notice how she stands like a bulldog? She kind of like,
and when she runs, she kind of runs like a bulldog.
She stands like a bulldog.
She's got like a wide leg stance.
Yeah, no cat that just stands like a bulldog.
Yeah, and I love it. Like everything about her, I just love. She just
looks
so
like
sweet.
she was like made in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
She's a cartoon cat from the 80s. Yeah, for sure.
I love whenever she's comfortable that she points her face up towards the ceiling or side. She's like, everything is perfect. I'm on a bougie blanket. My people answer my every need.
And she'll snort at you to bitch at you now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You picked her up and she was like, when you put her down, she turned around and she was.
It's really funny.
Don't touch me again.
She did the thing again whenever I was trying to talk to Candy Thunder and the cat came in and was like,
with her like just in the air behind him, she was like snorted and then she was like meow.
She's like stop. She's like just
sometimes
somebody pay attention to me.
But most of the time she comes up to me and she's like, Father.
It's so fucking cute. She just like raises her hand.
I've never seen a cat do that.
Father.
Are you my Fasha?
Mufasa.
Yeah.
She'll come up and do it to my leg and just put her hand on my leg and be like, excuse me. Excuse me. It's like the toddler thing when you're like, if I'm busy in a conversation, you know, like you can grab my hand or like let me know that you're there. I'll acknowledge you, and then when I can, I'll talk to you. It's like she's learned that method.
Press to walk in traffic button.
Yeah, kind of. She thinks I'm a food dispenser. That's what it is. She's just trying to press the button.
She's like, where's the food, Father?
She also,
feed me.
I can't remember if we told the water story. I think I told it in the office, but where she puts her paw in the water to like test it and make sure it's appropriate for her. And one time it wasn't, and she was like, and so I had to like get fresh water, and she put her paw in it and like splashed it around and was like, And then she was like, okay. She looked at me and she was like,
Exactly.
okay. Yeah, basically.
Exactly. She's like, I'm not drinking that dog.
But the way she looked at me the first time when she was like, no. And I was like, yes, ma'am.
Just be like,
Disgusting.
Yeah.
is this tap water?
I asked for sparkling.
But we had her little water bowl next to her food. And instead of drinking from it, she would always go drink from the big dog like jug thing that dispenses water as they drink it. Yeah, she always wanted to do that and stick her whole face in it.
Oh, this one's larger. It must be mine.
Yes, exactly.
I own everything in this house.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Sorry, that was a tangent, but dog water made me think of that. Okay.
My first topic is, so we're going to do topics. We all brought topics to the podcast. Nobody knows what they are.
Covered your topics.
Okay.
So
You're contradicting your
Didn't do your homework.
So we're all going to blindly react to these topics. And my first one is, what are you starting to dislike more as you get older?
Taxes.
Fucking hell, yes.
I mean, yeah.
Nobody tells you about taxes.
That's a pretty rough one.
Then you're like,
Nobody
taxes.
tells you about a lot of things in high school.
Yeah, I feel like
How
we're
to buy a
being...
house, how to buy a car.
How to do your taxes.
Yeah, how to do your taxes. I feel like I was very much well-versed in Romeo and Juliet,
Yeah.
but not well-versed in what the I was
In
going to be
adult- in
contributing to
adulting.
society.
Just adulting in general, paying bills and doing all that.
And
Like,
property taxes.
why am I watching my English teacher have a mental breakdown over how to spell like cheese in an essay about that we're writing about the art of cheese and To Kill a Mockingbird when I'm supposed to be paying bills and buying a house and like living life and like taking over, and like instead I just feel like we need to refocus.
But why are you? Can we go back to the
I don't know
essay
if there's
about
any
the
other way
art
to spell cheese.
Did you struggle with
cheese?
the word cheese?
I
Did you
don't-
struggle with
I
the
just-
concept of cheese, the art of cheese? Like, I don't know.
It's like, why are there
I don't know
three
what that
E's in this
means.
word?
The art of cheese.
Look,
That's an American.
we should broaden our horizons as a society, and
Outside of just dairy products.
yeah, outside of dairy products. I'm speaking directly to you, the ones who teach
Dairy literature?
dairy literature. I don't know.
You're really milking this.
So Caden believes that we should be taught more about life.
That was a great
Possibly don't question how he spells cheese.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think as I get older, I've never had a problem spelling cheese
lactose
that I
intolerant.
know of, or the art. I've never had to write an essay on the art of cheese, so I can't relate to that.
Tasteless.
Ooh, insurance.
Oh,
Insurance.
Especially here in this country. Like,
I'm not even talking about just health insurance.
All of
Just
it.
insurance on
car
everything.
insurance. We talked about this before, I think, on Thunder and Spark, but whenever we got the thing from our insurance company that was like, you should buy, what was it? Around the election time.
Civil unrest insurance.
Civil unrest
Yeah.
insurance. And I was like,
No, thank you.
okay.
Yeah, and
No,
like
work comp insurance.
and credit.
Well, that's
Credit,
crucial,
yeah.
and I think that you're going to find shortly that your work comp insurance policy is very
Work comp
important.
doesn't cover
Injury in the workplace? Yes, it does.
self-inflicted injury in the workplace when you shot yourself in the face with a confetti cannon.
Yeah.
Listen,
I don't think-
I've had just a twitch here since Wednesday, and it's just like a stinging pain. Honestly, the trauma
Is there
from
blood?
it isn't a.
I might.
There was internal bleeding, from
you
what
want
I
me to-
understand.
How much do you want me to care?
Do you want me to care?
I'm just glad that this is all
That's,
this is all being recorded.
That's what she
because
says when I
this
have a
will
cold,
be
so-
this will
Yeah.
be Exhibit B. I'm glad we
man
have.
cold.
I'm glad we have a slow motion shot of it.
Of you.
That's
Exhibit
Exhibit A
Yeah.
for the court
Yes.
for the lawsuit,
cap.
and then
Send you to
Exhibit B
course.
is this, and the clear lack of caring about my condition and my injuries.
I did care at first, and then I realized you were fine. And then I was like,
We don't
moving
know
on
that
to-
I was fine. I had internal
He was
injuries.
fine. You were fine. He was fine. I assessed the situation. There was no bruising or blood.
And you immediately blamed karma.
Well, obviously.
the
Like,
confetti.
That was the most
karma.
karmatic event I've ever seen in
I
my
think
life.
the comments agreed too on the karma, the confetti karma.
Well,
Karma is confetti.
is it?
It is.
I
In the eye.
Apparently.
In the eye.
What's crazy is that I closed my eyes before I shot it.
Yeah.
And then it just like stuck to my eyelid for a second.
It did. I loved it.
I don't think you were around.
The fact that it like it looked like
Exhibit C. My employer reveled in my injury.
I
didn't see it happen in the moment because it was very quick. But I did see it post video on the slowdown.
I was doing the slow-mo, and like I slowed it down as much as I possibly could, and it's literally just frame. It's there, and then it's in his eye.
Yeah.
You couldn't slow it down anymore. It was the speed of light. He got hit with a piece of foil.
I bet it hurt, though. I bet it smacked good.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell was that? I didn't know what it was. I'm pretty sure I thought at first it was the metal. The metal piece. No, I thought it was the silver thing. Because I was like, confetti wouldn't, because that has a little bit of weight to it and it's kind of sticky like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was like, a confetti wouldn't have done that. So it either was that or something inside of it. I'm like,
confetti is fun.
Bitch slapped in the eyeball with a piece of foil. That's literally what happened.
Yeah, that's a list of things I'm not enjoying as I get older.
I don't think you were around on the TikTok live that we did last night whenever I was explaining the mechanics of what I thought happened. But I think in the slow-mo it definitely confirms that like while you were twisting, like you tilted it back.
I think I did. Yeah.
Tilted back.
I think it went back just enough to do it. Okay. No.
Are you all making that motion? Should I make that motion?
Why would you do that? That was a trap.
He did it.
That was a trap.
Wait. I know
Thank you
something.
for coming to Thunder and Spark.
Caden's not here yet, but uncomfortable shoes.
Oh.
No, in life. Out there.
I have shoes.
As the more like mid-30s, you're going to want to invest in some shoes that have some actual like arch support.
You wear those I would be in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Sure.
Every time you wear those like Vans and Converse, those hard soled shoes, my feet hurt for you.
Yep. My feet, I will never like recover from Navy Thunder. Like ever, like the arches of my feet. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was so terrible. But I had no idea. My mom's like, "No, that's what happens when you get older. Your feet hurt all the time."
You'll learn the value of shoes.
I have a pair of those
checkered Vans,
in like the brown and tan.
Yeah.
You can get away with them wearing every once in a while, but you could not.
Are they uncomfortable to you?
They're not uncomfortable. However, like if it's a stream day and I know I'm going to be standing for 2 hours, I will not wear them.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it.
Like I have a couple.
How they feel?
I have to wear like cushy, comfortable shoes if I'm going to be doing a stream.
I feel like the older you get, the more you realize like how much stretching out like your leg muscles and stuff actually impact how much your feet hurt.
And
like
your calf
muscles, it all
your
like
legs.
pulls everything up. So like your feet are just taut.
Your body becomes like a muscle black hole where just everything kind of like pulls in to one spot.
Like I have a couple pairs of Vans and like I would like when we go out or something.
You got to break them in.
I would like to wear them and they look.
They got to
go with the outfit, but then I'm like, it's not worth it.
No,
it's not worth it anymore. It's not worth it anymore.
Most of my Vans,
like I'll just wear my grandpa looking shoes and call it good. Like it's.
But wait, because like for us dudes, we're talking about like this being like comfort wise, worst case scenario, right?
Right.
But for ladies, like y'all ladies have some wild dressy shoes and strappy sandals and like stuff with 3-inch platforms on it.
I got rid of all of mine.
Well,
because I'm not wearing them anymore.
You still have several fancy shoes.
I have my fancy shoes that are comfortable. Like I have a pair of like Timberland sandals that are like have like the comfort sole, the
cute and comfortable.
Yes, I will not put on a pair of shoes. It's different if I'm going to sit, like if I'm sitting for the live or something, like I could probably get away with that. But if I have to stand on my feet, like it, no. You're just holding your shoe for funsies.
I guess that they can. Anyways,
did you think
Exhibit D has been.
Did you just
so?
You just think you're hanging out there.
Was that
your version of holding up your hand?
What would you say the comfiest shoes are?
The comfiest shoes, period?
Yeah.
I would either say I've got a pair of Ons and Hokas that are like.
I've heard good things about Hokas.
Yeah.
Yep. I think the best Ons and Hokas.
It depends on what kind of each you get. Like there are some that are designed for
sponsor us
for specific things. But
what do you think of Crocs?
I love my Crocs.
I like a good Croc.
I wear Crocs sandals.
I've never owned a pair of Crocs.
I haven't either.
I had a pair of OG Crocs back in the day when they came out and they were not cool.
Back in the day,
when Crocs came out, they were not like.
But now I feel like they're like
now they're like cool.
They're like hype.
Everybody likes Crocs.
People love Crocs.
But a lot of people like they're
Croc
more
heel
like,
sandals.
Croc heel sandals.
Like they're like stacked Crocs.
Yeah,
Croc sneakers.
But they have like arch support and stuff. So I'm
they got
like,
and you can put them in like sport mode.
Yeah, you got them in sport mode. Or,
they have digital Crocs you can buy, like to wear online. Like it's the future is here.
We both just made the same exact.
I would like to just stay in bed all day and just have my digital version walk around this earth.
Yeah.
With the popularity of Crocs, the price of Crocs is expensive.
Yeah, I get that. But I can't do it. And I know people love them, and I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
But I cannot do it because every time I see them or think about putting a pair on, it feels like I'm admitting myself to some kind of facility. Like,
what if they were shaped like you?
Shaped like me?
Like, you know how they have
You're talking about like a full body Croc?
No, not just your face. Like, you know how they have those
Just
Crocs?
my face?
They have those Crocs and it's like the person's face, but then you open it and it's like their mouth and you can wear it. I mean, this is a real thing. It's not just me, I don't think.
Do you have these?
I don't have any Crocs. I've never crocked. I've never crocked. I'm crockless.
I don't have a pair of Crocs currently. I have a pair of Sharks.
Shameless song, but
which is the Walmart Croc version because they were $13 compared to the $55. So I'm rocking my Sharks.
Crocs are Crocs are
pretty pricey. Yeah.
And they have
that's because they become a thing and popular.
They have
now.
like little charms you can put on your Crocs.
Yeah, like
Gibbets.
the girls.
Gibbets.
The girls went through their phase, and Navy Thunder has a couple pairs, and like we got her the gibbets, I guess, the charms.
Coco Melon.
We've gotten her those kind of things.
Giblets.
Giblets.
And I mean, the people who wear them rock them out. I think it works really well for them. I just can't.
He's a crocker.
I can't envision myself doing it.
I just like my Sharks.
Okay, so the final thing that I had is large crowds.
Oh,
Post COVID, especially. I'm like, I realized like once we all came back out, and then realized like
I think that
I want to.
I liked it much better.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs game that we went to where like there were like few and far between like seats and stuff.
Oh, that was awesome.
Like I was amazing. I didn't have to stand. I just sat there and ate. Like I loved every second of it.
You were pregnant then too.
Yeah.
So
I think the way that I interact with large crowds now is different than the way I did before COVID, I think, or before like I got used to not being around large crowds. Like I would still go to like a concert or something though and enjoy it, but it's just different. Like it's more.
I get overstimulated. I feel like more, and I know that word is used a lot, but I really do. Like large crowds make me panic. Like they make me feel. Very.
Tony Sparks' soul was dying during COVID because he needed the large crowds.
Put me in a mosh pit full of people.
I like the pit. I like the mosh pit. A mosh.
Let's just have a day. Put me in a mosh pit. The more people, the merrier.
I would.
Not too many.
I would have a panic
ever
attack.
been in an actual
I would have a
mosh pit?
full-blown panic attack.
I mean, I've been in a lot of
who here's moshed.
these situations.
I would die.
Been busy in like crowded crowds. That is not a mosh pit.
Okay.
What is a mosh pit?
A mosh pit is like a metal concert where there are several different kinds of mosh
rap
pits.
concerts have mosh pits.
But they are like there's flailing and there are active injuries left and right.
Like there's a where they split the crowd and then they have the crowd charge each other at like a wall. So I've been to several concerts where they do that, and then there's like
who just do the fist flailing.
There's a pit that opens up like a circle, and then people are running.
That's what
and
you
like
want to do?
people are falling down and stuff. But
that's not what I mean.
You just want to.
I was going to say, you said give me a mosh pit.
You know what I mean?
Okay, confetti cannon injury guy. There's no way that you've been in a mosh pit.
I love the mosh pit.
Okay.
You like to be hurt?
I feel like the mosh pit. You know what I meant? Like a crowd compacted of people. I don't care.
You're like body to body.
Like going in line to the Chiefs games, you're like this with people and I'm like, hey, you want to be concerts? I love to be in the pit. That's my favorite.
There's the pit and then there's the mosh.
No, I love to be in the pit at concerts. I've made some of the best friends I'll never see again. And
Tony,
absolutely.
Tony's into clothed orgies.
Right.
No.
Who isn't?
I don't know if that's the right term for that.
I'm not. I'd like to go on record.
Have you ever what's the craziest? I passed out in the last mosh pit that I was in, actually. I was at the very front and I got overheated and I passed out. And
being at the very front is complicated.
Yeah.
Parental figure, I'm
You have
concerned.
the entire crowd pushing against
Well,
you.
yeah, and there was pyrokinetics, and I had like a tank top on, and then a shirt, and then a merch shirt I bought, and then a merch hoodie I bought. I was wearing it all because I was stupid. And one minute I was good, the next minute I was like, "Ooh, I'm going down," and then I woke up,
happening?
and the people were checking on me, and they were like, "Oh, you were giving me the 1,000-yard stare." Like I was just staring at the dude, but I don't even remember it because I was gone. I was out over heat exhaustion.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
And I was sober, just to be clear. It was just heat exhaustion.
The worst one that I saw was actually not like a crazy metal concert. It was Linkin Park at the pageant in St. Louis, and it was the early days of Linkin
Yeah,
Park.
yeah.
So it was still very like new metal.
Yeah.
Before it was mainstream.
Yeah,
whatever the hell.
yeah.
But the mosh pit there was the entire floor. Mm-hmm. And it was at the pageant. I don't know if anybody's been to the pageant, but it's like an old school theater. Mm-hmm. So it's like flat floor, and then it's kind of elevated up, and then you've got like the balcony seating and that kind of stuff. But I was on the edge of like the first level up, right up against the pit, and the number of people it was a constant stream of people coming out of the pit with bloody faces.
Yeah.
And then I saw the same guy come out 3 different times with a bloody face. And I was like, why do you keep going back?
That's
a
really
problem.
like concerts.
That does happen. But there's also there's a culture for the pits that I've been in also where it's like, hey, if you see someone and they fall, try and help them back up. Like the goal is not, at least for the pits I've been in today, the goal is not to hurt people. It's like to jump around and have a good time, and like people are probably gonna get
A lot of
hurt,
people
course.
there are there to
Yes,
hurt
that's
people,
true.
though.
But the artists at least have
why?
been like, help people up if you see them.
What's the point of that?
That's the same reason they made
Because
the
you
movie
feel
The
like,
Purge.
for me, what the point of it is that I feel like you're not just watching the concert, you're a part of the concert. You're a part of the action. You're moving with the music and you're feeling the beat inside of you and you're just like, ah! And it's just awesome.
Animal instinct?
Yeah, like the primal, you know?
Okay, I've never been in pits at a concert like that. I've
Like,
been to
you don't say.
Been to many concerts, and I've
would
been in
find
the pit
me
many times, and I love it. But
rolled
not
in a
that.
ball.
I would not love that.
Yeah.
I would be rolled in a ball on the outskirts of the crowd of a concert, walking back and forth.
Crying.
Crying, of course, 100%.
Like, help me.
And I'd be like, please give me some food.
There was,
Comfort me.
Somebody please give me some food in a chair.
yeah.
That's me at a concert.
There's people in the pit, like in the back of the pit, they're just chilling too. Like you can leave the mosh pit and just go to the back and be like, I'm just
The only problem with the pit is you've got to be cool with the people, like not mosh pit style, like the normal one. My goal is you always make friends with the people around you, because that way, when you need to go to the bathroom and get a beer, you can wiggle your way back in there, because there's no aside. You're just standing there. And as the concert goes, naturally, everybody just moves a little bit more, a little bit closer together, and a little bit closer together. So
sounds like
if you lose your spot, like you got to really get your way back in there, and you got to be cool with the people around you, so they'll let you do that.
Or you like jumping on a train. That makes
Sometimes if somebody's working through the crowd, you just gotta get in behind them and just
it's real.
follow
like,
them up.
There's like lines of people.
What kind of train we're talking?
Yeah, I had to specify. It's clothes, but like there will be like standing in a crowd, and there will be like a line of people coming through, and if you want to get more up to the front, you just grab on their shoulders, be like, I'm hopping in, and just move as much as you can forward.
We've done it before at the AMP.
Has someone ever told you no?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I've been kneed in the face, but like. What? One time in the pit, it was at a show. This dude literally walked up behind me and picked me up and just dropped me. And he was like a giant shirtless dude with long hair. And I was like, what? It's real. My buddy was there and he was like, what? And then these two giant dudes saw it and they walked over and they were like, did that dude just drop you? Do you want us to beat him up? And I was like, no.
I've been like, yeah.
But that was real. It really happens.
Did he pick you up and move you and then drop you, or did he just pick you up and drop you?
No, he walked up to me from behind and went, like, picked me up.
Just wanted to see if he could.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was. I don't think he was there, but
he's one of the guys in the mosh pit who's there to hurt people.
Yes,
Toby.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that kind of guy.
Schmidt.
Also, things that like you don't care about when you're younger, but start caring about as you get older. Metabolism.
Yeah.
That's a huge one.
That bitch failed me.
You can't like.
She failed me when I turned 35.
As a teen,
she was like, peace.
As a teen, like I mean,
so it's been a good run.
There was a time,
kid.
There was a time as a teenager in high school when like we went. It was on a jazz band trip. Mm-hmm. I ate a 1 pound burger and a plate of chicken strips and a plate of fries.
Yeah.
And now if I tried to do that, like.
You can get a stomach cramp a third of the way through the burger.
I would be shitting for days just based on that one meal, right? Like my body would never forgive me, and like I couldn't even attempt it now. But
your cholesterol would be like,
Yeah, your body definitely like isn't as forgiving on the kind of food you eat as you get older, and that's cool.
That scares me.
It is funny.
Fat is not
it is crazy when you see kids like teenage, especially like teenage boys or whatever, and they're eating they can eat 14 plates of food and just eat everything. And be like, they can eat freaking a bowl of pasta followed by a burger, followed by French fries, and top it off with ice cream.
Big fat fries,
and
big
then
fat
be
shakes.
hungry 10 minutes later. And you're like, that's insane.
You want to lose weight, all you have to do is like start working out, and within 2 weeks you're like down 10 pounds.
Yeah.
When you're younger. Yeah. Not now. Now it's like you can try to work out for 3 months straight and lose no weight.
And you're like, how did I gain 3 pounds?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that. Getting older is awesome.
For me right now, I've been working out, and it's hard for me to like gain weight because I'm trying to gain weight so I can put on muscle, but it's hard for me to like put on like muscle because I work out 5 days a week in the morning, but it's hard. It's just hard to. But I'm working on it.
I get more mosh pits.
More mosh pits, right? With my Crocs.
No your cap. Crocs.
Yeah.
No cap.
Get some Croc boots.
They're shoes and weapons.
So your legs can just sweat pools in them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got, Tater?
What's one product you're convinced people are lying about liking? Saunas.
Really?
Saunas?
I hate. I don't like anything. I don't think anyone likes to sit there and sweat.
But I think it like helps like burn fat.
Do
or
you
something.
like it?
Have you sat in a sauna?
No.
Have you ever sat in a sauna?
Yes, I've
never sat in a sauna
multiple times
because it does not sound appealing to me at all.
That's what I'm saying.
I hate sweating.
People do it.
I don't
They're like, oh, I love how it feels, but they don't like it. They don't like sitting there and sweating. It's uncomfortable.
Because of the supposed benefits from it, they don't like it.
Supposed benefits from it. I mean, it could be real benefits. I don't know. I haven't done my research on saunas.
I've sat in a sauna several times, and it is a cleanse, right? So you do it for the feeling afterward. You don't do it for the feeling in it. Some people may enjoy.
Like you don't like the sweat.
You can do if you do some like deep breathing exercises while you're in there. It can actually be like a very like breath cleansing kind of thing too. Mm-hmm. I don't mind sweating. And sometimes
it's good for your skin.
Sweating feels good. So imagine doing this like day after a binge or something, like doing this as a hangover cure. Yeah, Monday. There you go. It's like it helps accelerate like getting all of that crap out of your body too, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a flushing toxins, it's that kind of thing.
Oh, I understand the benefits of it, but I'm saying people don't actually like it. They're just doing it because they think it helps their body.
No, I think a lot of people actually like sitting in the steam.
I don't like anything of extreme temperature. So I don't think like anything super hot or anything super cold. Mm-hmm. I like to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm. So what's a product
not like humidity?
What's another product that you guys feel like are everybody's lying about liking?
Man, that's a rough one. I feel like people lie about a lot of things.
Like
Crocs.
The elevator closed door button. That doesn't even, it's not even real. It's just that button was put there to make the consumer feel better about the door closing, because you sit there, there's somebody walking towards it, you're like nope, and you try and push that close button and it don't close because it's not real, because it's a conspiracy, because that shit is fake.
Hold on, I can tell you, well, really, because I was going to rebut this and be like, that closed door button is Candy Thunder's best friend, because she doesn't want that elevator to get crowded, right? So as soon as she gets on, if there's no one around,
like walk in, she's like,
she's like, hit it now, hit it now, hit it now, hit it.
Hey, I do that. No, I do that.
I'm sorry.
I press the button because I don't want people to be in there. But like,
I don't mind if there's a couple
because
other
you never know who you might meet in the elevator, and you might make a friend.
Well, one time I saw John Goodman in the elevator and he wasn't friendly. So.
But like, what if someone?
No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
you never know.
Like, okay, but like.
Ralph?
I saw John Goodman in a hotel in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he was not nice. I mean, obviously, the hotel was invaded with cheerleaders because it was at cheer camp, but
I mean, he had to deal with Roseanne for a long time.
True.
He did not look at us, and he wouldn't, and we were all like, Hi.
Okay.
Hi, Dan.
Now, hold on, because put Candy Thunder in this situation where she's been spotted in an elevator, and people are clamoring to want to talk to you, and it was just you, not me there. What would you do?
I would handle it like an adult.
Would you hit the close button?
And then after I evacuated the situation, I would be like,
okay. If you got in an elevator and
don't panic.
If you got in an elevator on the ground floor and let's say you were on the 7th floor of something and you got in there at the lobby and people came in and they started recognizing talking to you, you would hit floor 2. Just get off.
I would speak. I'm capable of having a conversation. It takes a lot of my life force.
So let me.
So afterwards, I would have to have a detox session in a sauna.
Shield at 10%.
Related question: If you're like, so let's say you're on the 4th floor and you're going down to the 1st floor, but the elevator opens on like the 2nd floor, and somebody walks in and you just walk out because you're on autopilot and now you're on the wrong floor. Are you gonna walk back into the elevator and be like wrong floor, or are you just gonna go with it?
No, yeah.
Because I've done this like
and avoid that awkward
10 times.
I jump back on the elevator.
I
of course you would.
I don't have any problem owning my idiocy.
I just walk around the building to the stairs.
I would just wait for the doors to
like,
close.
It depends on how many people are in the elevator. If there's like one person in the elevator, then you get back on. You're like, oh. If there's like 6 or 7 people in the elevator, like you can't handle that kind of public humiliation. You just have to walk to the stairs and roll.
I've just already committed to that course of action.
Having a wingman on the elevator is always good. A good
like, bro, where are you going?
Yeah, for them to be like, no, that's the wrong floor. Yeah,
but
if you're by yourself and you get off, you just look stupid.
I get concerned on elevators, like the thing is gonna snap or like we're gonna get stuck. So I'm always watching the floors go down.
Yeah.
So like I don't know that I would ever step off and make that mistake. But I get very like it's an enclosed space and I am very claustrophobic. So like I get like freaking the out, especially in slow moving ones.
I gotta say this because it's super applicable. When we went to Kansas City for our anniversary, the place that we stayed in had one of those elevators that you had to tap your key card to be able to hit the floor button. But you don't know that when you get in. So we get in and we try to hit the button and nothing happens, but the doors are closed. So like we're not moving, and it's been a good minute. And Candy Thunder is immediately like freaking the out, and then we figure out you have to tap your key card to it, and then you can hit your floor button.
I was like, okay.
But until that moment, like I thought
immediate
we were gonna have to pull the fire rescue button in this thing.
Would that be like your worst nightmare, like panic, or would you be able to like go to bed?
Would you go to bed in the elevator?
Yeah, like would you be able to go to bed, like if you had to sleep
have to
there?
Establish a pee corner first.
Well, yeah, of course, the pee corner is number one.
Someone dig a
I would have an actual panic attack, and I would probably pass out.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I know, like for me, like I'd probably be able to just try and sleep through it. But
it's like he's scared of storms. I'm scared of the storm shelter.
Yeah,
because once that pin goes in the fucking door and the lock goes like click click chunk.
She's got her mouth up against.
I'm like I literally my skin starts crawling, and I'm like.
It's trapped.
I'm putting together
shallow
bendy straws for her to work out the vent holes.
Just the thought of it like makes my stomach nauseated because it makes me feel so gross.
Oh yeah.
I think I've just figured out that about so many things in life. I figured out mainly after talking to Candy Thunder. I'm so nonchalant about so many things that I'm just like, Like, I'm not bothered by it.
I'm nonchalant about something.
For some things. There are some things that bother me, but like things like that, like being in an elevator or being in a crowd of people or just like some random situations, like I'm like, okay. Like,
I'm not a go with the flow kind of person. I need an exit plan. I need a snack. I need to know where my next drink is coming from if I don't have my emotional support water bottle hooked to my hand.
Or a Diet Coke.
Yeah, I need to know if it's been 2 hours since my last Diet Coke, when is my next one going to be available?
I'm
very high strung.
Real shit.
Which brings me to my next topic.
I'm just like, okay.
There are some people who don't have a voice inside their head that narrates their entire life.
That's crazy.
I've heard that.
And I'm like, well, who, what, when, where, how, and why?
I've met those people. At my previous job, I discovered this information where I was like, people don't have voice in their head talking all the time.
Who talks to you?
So
who reads your books?
I was asking everyone I work with, and I was like, you have a voice in your head? And they were like, what the is wrong with you? No, what the
Does your voice not talk to you all the time.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I need a little clarification on the voice in the head because I think I have the voice in the head, but like, what do you mean the voice in your head?
The one that's constantly like, if you wake up in the middle of the night and that voice is like, and just going all through these things. I think I equate it to like turning on AVAS to clean your computer, and it's like running through all the programs that could possibly be fucked up and
Like
all the situations
monologue.
that could possibly arise and possibly cause you anxiety, and you already stress about those things because the voice inside your head is like, but what if this happens?
Yeah,
but what if you do this?
That's been my
What if you
week
step on a nail?
At 3 a.m.
What if you get home and someone has broken inside your house? What are you going to do? What do you think would happen? Are you going to die too?
I did
Do you
think
think
about
that
that.
you'll be okay?
What if mud comes out of the shower?
Exactly.
What are we gonna do then?
What if ants get into the kitchen again? How are you going to handle it?
I can take a situation and go like of this one thing that happens and go 14 steps down the line of, well, this could happen from this. Sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's some people that don't have that. Like the voice inside, they
They
said
just
they
wake
just
up and they're just like normal.
they said they see like thoughts or images and like, but they don't hear the talking.
You just hear
So-
a narration of your own voice inside your
yeah,
head.
but I was like, when you read a book, who's reading it?
Yeah.
Like, are you just reading it aloud?
like when I'm
or-
reading it in my head, I'm reading it like I'm here, like in my head.
But a lot of people
myself reading.
have an internal narrator that isn't their own voice, too.
That's true.
The voice of another person.
I have a voice. It's not necessarily my voice.
Yeah,
I hear.
Watch
It's
the,
like,
the
mine's
voice
just
in your
a-
head's like Christopher Walken or something.
Just a voice. I don't know.
You're like,
Why
It doesn't really have a tone.
mud coming out of the shower?
They're just thoughts.
why is it mud coming out of the shower?
thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go
Hey.
in there.
We had ants spill out of our shower. Thousands of ants.
No.
Yeah.
No. Put my Crocs in
remember
sport
that?
mode and get out of there.
So many ants came out from behind the shower, like where you turn it on and off, that they pooled in the floor. Like on top of each other. It was the most insane, disgusting thing. Like,
That's a
yeah.
Did you move?
No, we still live there, but we had an exterminator come and like
binge watch Terrifier, but I
fix
can't
the
do
situation. And he like handled it, and we've never had an issue since. But it was the most wild thing ever. Yeah, it was like so, you're like it's an ant.
As soon as you said that, I saw a bug and I'm like,
Sorry, it's the voices.
No.
that's crazy.
It was Ava said she was in the shower. She was younger. I think I might have. Was I pregnant? I think I might have been pregnant with Navy. And Ava was in the shower and she's like, Mom, in our shower, in our bathroom. And I was like, Ava, she's like, and then we had a couple ants in the shower. I was like, yeah, just rinse them down. It's fine. She's like,
no.
She goes, no, Mom, there's ants in the shower. And I'm like, Ava, just wash them down. And I go in there and she's like, Mom. And I look at the shower wall and it's black the whole way from the nozzle to the floor. And I was like, get out of the shower. And she's like, I tried to tell you. And I'm like, why are you still in it? Get
Like you told
out.
me to just wash them down the drain.
She's got the nozzle like spraying it. And I'm like, oh my God. And so we finally get it all like
Secure the perimeter.
That's exactly how it went. I don't even think he was home at the time. And I was
I
like,
got a phone call.
and I was like, no, we have ants. How
many?
Like we're talking a lot.
I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Just wash them down the drain. She's like, no, you don't understand.
Understand there are actual
looks at me with like, and she's in the shower, so obviously she's not dressed, but she looks at me with like panic, and she's like,
What do I do?
Get out of the shower.
That's
Like,
worse
why
than
are
mud.
you still in it?
Yeah.
Worse than mine.
And
It's like that
so yeah,
movie Arachnophobia, but with ants.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we had them under the house, right? It was
Yeah.
under the house in the crawl space,
It was
and
like
he got
the
under there
ant
and
sequel
like
underneath there.
Yeah,
It was Bug's Life.
it's like arachnophobia, but with ants when they go into the barn.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, anyways, he got it fixed, and we haven't had a problem since. But it was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, true story.
So
Yeah.
Was this? Did this come from like things that you think people are lying about liking, or
No, this was there's some people who don't have a voice inside their head.
I've got
Mud in the shower.
I've got
Tangent.
so speaking of ants, but not really. What recently this week the Stranger Things 5 trailer has come out online. Have you guys seen that
I
trailer?
have not seen it.
you haven't seen it?
So yeah, Stranger Things 5
It doesn't really
is-
tell you anything.
It doesn't, but it
Does it have a date on
It
it?
does. So
Yeah.
3 volumes.
Yeah.
November 26th, I believe, is volume 1.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be like the first 4 or 5 episodes.
They're milking it for all it's worth.
Yeah. Christmas Day, volume 2 comes out. And then New Year's Day, the finale releases.
I'm glad that they're doing it quickly.
Right. And apparently the finale is like 2.5 hours or something. So it's like a full-on movie. And yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I feel like I have to rewatch the last.
We've been waiting
rewatching
until
the
we
whole
had
show.
a release date so we could like time it.
So
to where
yeah,
it
there's
lined
like they said online, like if you start Stranger Things on like October 23rd or something and watch an episode a day, then by the time you're done watching them, you'll be ready for the new season.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
So
from
we'll
the
have to
beginning.
probably start October 1st to factor in our.
So you got
Maybe
space.
September.
October, September.
We'll have to start now. We don't get a lot of time.
I just wondered like who so the Netflix rating for the show has been upped from TV 14 to TV MA. So we going legit this time. Yeah. Who people are gonna die. Who do you think is not making it out of this season?
Mike's parents.
Interesting.
Like Joyce?
Will. I think Will has to die.
That's Will's parents.
That's Mike's parents.
What if
yeah.
Will
Mike's
is like
parents.
the one who survives out of everybody else, and he's the one who started this whole shit?
Maybe.
I think
Mike's dad for sure.
Mike's
I
dad's
feel like he has a
gone,
piece of the other side in him, and in order to
like a Harry
defeat the
Potter
other side,
situation?
Yeah.
exactly.
Like-
and in order to defeat the other side, they have to kill Will.
Because
Yes.
remember at the beginning, he
100%.
like always had those visions and like felt that thing on the back of his neck and everything. So there's a theory that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So every season of Stranger Things, there has been in the background like a scene where there's like birthday balloons and cake and stuff, but it's never referenced. And the first season, it tells you the date of Will's birthday. And in almost every season, we've crossed that date. And in the background, there's been like birthday stuff as if they were celebrating his birthday, but didn't remember. Because part of Vecna's curse is that nobody remembers his birthday because he's trying to separate him from his family and friends more so that when it's time, Vecna and, do his thing with
Control Will.
Yeah. Or like whatever. So like maybe he's the host or something. But like
Easter eggs.
yeah. So like there's a scene in like season 4 when they're in like California, like the roller rink, and there's birthday decorations everywhere, and it's the date is Will's birthday from season 1, but it's like nobody remembers that it's his birthday there. Like it's like it was there, but it's not.
And
Does he even remember it?
He doesn't mention it, so maybe he just thinks that nobody remembers, and that's why he's so upset. But the people are thinking it's Vecna's curse. People also think that maybe the upside down is coming from Will's memory, like of that day, and like that's what he's holding the upside down is that Dayton Hawkins and not Vecna or anything like that. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Or does Will become the new Vecna?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like Will, there's in the trailer, it shows some crazy stuff of him looking like he's just screaming at everyone to run. So like, I don't know. Yeah. It looks real
There's
intense.
a crazy screaming moment of him where he
I don't think he gets out of this unscathed.
Oh no, I don't know if
there's
Will's
any
gonna
way.
make
Not
it.
with that haircut.
I don't.
He got a new haircut.
Oh, shit.
I don't think Will
Finally did.
I don't. I've never thought that Will was going to make it past season
don't
when
think
we had the season 2 stuff and
Yeah.
the mall stuff. Like I
Yeah.
didn't think Will was going to make it through the end of the
I don't
series.
think that 11's gonna make it either.
I wondered that
I feel like she has to die too.
Yeah.
because she's connected because she opened.
She's
Yeah, I feel like
connected
it's
to
going to
it.
come down to
She
her.
and Will both have to die for
think
the
so.
upside down.
Or maybe what if she dies to save Will?
could be. And Steve, that's
Although
the
she's
one.
tried to sacrifice herself a couple of times and survived.
Do we
She's come
think-
back, but so is the upside down.
Do we think that what's her name? Sadie.
Max.
Do we think that Max is going to survive?
I think she's alive,
in
but
the trailer. She's
she's-
in a hospital bed.
yeah, she's alive, but she's like blind and crippled, but I think she's gonna be able
That's
to.
terrible.
Yeah, you remember what happened?
Like
Yeah.
her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, broke all her limbs.
Yeah. I think she's gonna be able to have like visions or something. She'll be able to like see without
like
seeing.
blind,
But
like-
I think she's pretty screwed though.
She got
Does it
crumpled
show
up
her
like a
being
murder
blind?
Rapper.
Yeah, like when she's being like possessed by Vecna and he's like her eyes go like white because she's going blind too. So yeah, she's and in the hospital bed. She's like, I don't know. When they find her, she's like, I can't see anything. So it was an intense scene.
kinda
but,
sad.
Yeah, it is sad. But yeah,
Yeah, pumped for that. Definitely
yeah,
have
for
to watch
sure.
it.
It's gonna be a big one.
That show was like I think one of the best shows that Netflix has ever.
No, I think it is. I think it's the best show to come out of Netflix.
The episode, was it the last episode of last season? Eddie and the guitar. And
That was so sad.
Yeah,
that was so intense.
I feel like that was unnecessary.
But it was so intense. Like
I would have loved to have him. And
just watching that shit was crazy.
Well, that's
like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like with Steve's character, he was originally not supposed to make it past the first season, and they liked him so
I
much.
couldn't imagine the series without Steve.
Yeah, he's like
plays
one of the
such a
best
crucial role.
characters.
Yeah.
And
You remember, like, I don't know, when Navy was little.
Oh, she had the Steve hair.
Yeah, she had Harrington hair.
Yeah.
the Harrington hair.
She had hair that like.
Yeah.
She had the big swoopy whoosh.
It's funny.
The flock of seagulls thing.
Yep.
So that's awesome. But right now, our screens are currently set to Love Island.
Love Island.
We're back in the villa.
Ulissa is gone.
Ulissa is
that's like
She
crazy
gone.
wildness.
Yeah.
So you guys have gotten through the first episode. We've gotten through almost all of the second episode. So we're a little bit ahead of them, which I'm shocked by.
Well, we had
app,
big
though.
plans this week that we were all going to watch. We would have 3 episodes down before we recorded this podcast.
Life had a
And
difficult.
it took me 3 days to watch episode 1.
It's a long
very
episode.
long.
long episodes.
And I'm invested, but
Falling
it's
asleep.
It's,
Okay, so I propose this. Let me know if you guys are in favor of this.
Yeah.
So Caden has the app and knows what couples are standing right now.
Right.
As of the end of episode 3.
Love Island spoilers if you have not started.
Yeah. Love Island
Yeah.
spoilers don't. Yeah. Okay. I would like to look at that list, even knowing that like we're not all the way there yet, and just reflect on that based on what we've seen to this point. Are you game for that, Tater?
What is it now? I was trying
You're
to
gonna
find
make me say that whole thing.
Here, I
trying to
got
find
that
the
app.
current couples. I'm sorry. That's basically.
You got to get the app.
That's exactly.
Got to get the
I
app.
said let's look at the list.
Oh
of the
yeah,
current
that was
couples.
what we talked about
Couples,
last night.
Okay, and reflect on that just based on what we've seen so
Because
far.
I said I'm too tired. Let's just look at who's currently coupled up, and then we'll keep watching this
Spoil
weekend.
it for ourselves right now.
I mean, it's only spoiling it for like an episode. So
Yes, but
I'm fine with that.
I mean, I took notes on when I watched it of everybody. So
yeah.
Well, actually,
So-
before we talk about the couples, who's your current fave?
Can you do like top 3 boys, top 3 girls?
I don't even know all the names yet.
I don't even know.
I got
if
the names
have-
for you. I got
I
the
have the-
I don't
Islanders
even
right
know
here.
if I
I have
have
the names.
3 of each.
Let's go. Okay, so the girl Islanders, we got Bella,
Nope, don't like her because of her name.
we got Shelly, we got Huda,
Don't like her. name.
Olandria, and Sierra because Ulissa is gone.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I loved Sierra. I loved her as a bombshell, and I loved when she came in. I loved the conversation that she carried and how she acted with the other girls.
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
I enjoyed her presence very much, and it was like
Yeah.
it was something that was missing from the original
And
cast.
she clicked with Nick really well, right? Was it?
Yeah, and I think that they clicked better than Bella and Nick.
Yes. agreed.
I felt like that felt coupley to me.
How about Huda and who's the guy? She was
Jeremiah.
Huda and Jeremiah. They seemed
some
like
interesting-
the most stable couple in the very beginning.
But there's some red flags popping where he like didn't believe her that she didn't get up during that contest, the kissing thing.
Yeah.
And then there
A
was
little controlling.
and he did correct himself the next day and apologize for the way that he came across. But I don't like that she hasn't told him that she has a child.
See, I think that is an enormous red flag.
I
mean, I guess I understand a little.
feel like
when
everyone
she
has the
was
right to choose.
When she was first on the show, like introduced, talking with the girls, and then was talking about, I want to be a mom today, and she's like, well, I actually am one, and then she's like, but I don't want to tell anybody that, and I'm like, I feel like
you should
I
announce
feel
that at the
like
beginning.
that is something you need to tell people.
She did tell him that in episode 3.
Well, at least, but
How did
when
he
you
react?
get coupled with somebody,
He said, at 24, how many are there?
And then he said,
probably not the
and then
best
he said-
reaction.
Yeah.
He said, I just need a minute, and kind of had his hands buried, or his head buried in his hands. That's the clip that
I think
saw.
that's
Yeah,
an
that's pretty
appropriate
much what I
reaction,
said, too.
though. Like, if you're 3 episodes in with this person that you've been coupled with, and
That's how they gauge the distance of the relationship.
well, I mean,
We're 3 episodes in.
you know, these guys are like in love after 2 episodes. They're like when we watched last season, they've been coupled to somebody for 24 hours and they're crying about how upset they are
yeah.
because I'm like, come on,
Leah and Rob.
So you got to they're like extreme pace here, but like if you get coupled, I understand not wanting to like announce it to everybody at the beginning.
Yeah.
But when you're in a couple with somebody, you get coupled with somebody, that should be one of the first
don't have
conversations
to-
that
I
you
agree,
have.
100%.
Yeah.
Because then you need to give
Yeah.
that person the opportunity when it comes around to recouple or to do something else, that you have the opportunity to go do something else. Because that's not what you
just
want.
let them know. Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's fair.
like even just have it there. Like it's not saying like, yeah, if we're coupling up, you the daddy. It's
Right.
just like, hey,
This is who I am.
part
Because
of
not
who I am
everybody
is that
wants
I am a
kids,
mother.
and that's not a part of what they're wanting right
Yeah,
now.
I mean that's true. It's true.
So did he? You haven't watched it?
I know what happens.
Oh, what does he end up walking away?
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we know that yet.
Okay.
No, like have you seen the clip that I saw?
Yeah, I saw the clip.
And that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
was pretty. It was her telling him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see what he does with that.
Which he's
information.
getting some flack for that reaction as well.
I'm sure he
But
is.
I think there's just,
I mean,
ESH.
the
Yeah, she should have
fair.
told him sooner,
fair,
and
yeah.
he should have.
It's a complicated situation.
He seems very
I don't know.
emotional.
Yeah.
People
And-
say that he's kind of love bombing her.
I agree.
They say.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he is excited about being on the show and excited about finding a connection, and
Yeah.
like he likes her.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's over. It's for me personally, it's too much.
Yeah.
And there's some, and like Alondria, the way that she reacted when they were like
Yeah.
talking about it, she's like, "Don't you think that's a red flag?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Here's
that's
what I
a
would
flag
like to
for
know
me."
about Alondria.
Not saying I wouldn't walk away, but
Yeah.
that to me would be something I would keep an eye on.
Yeah.
What is the elevator and escalator industry?
Yeah.
Up, down, up, down.
Yeah, that's what she did. She's like, I'm in the elevator and escalator industry.
That was her
I'm just
job.
like a little explanation.
Well, wait.
Do you ride the elevator? Do you push the close
Do
button?
you repair them? Do you sell them?
Or do you ride the elevators?
that like sells and installs, and that's what I got from it.
Well,
Okay,
because like
but
the
inside of that, she
elevator
could have. She has a
operators-
job title inside of that where I would have just been like, I'm a manager at whatever, or I'm in HR, or I'm in
Yeah.
sales. Like I'm in the elevator and escalator industry. I laughed out loud. I'm like, what is that? I'm so confused.
But he keeps making jokes about it because every time she has to go like up or down steps, which is very funny.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
maybe she didn't say it because she's the person who did the close button.
Maybe, but Ian, the narrator, and the last one that I heard, he was like, what that elevator person did was wrong on so many levels. And I'm like, it's so perfect. I appreciate it, Ian. Thank you very much.
Elevator person.
I appreciate it. But as you listen to the job descriptions of the other people that are on the show too, it's like, they're young, you know what I mean? So one guy is like, I'm a model and I work in catering. You know what I mean? And then another guy's like, I'm a pool boy. Like, they aren't to that.
Speaking of the pool boy,
they aren't to that.
can we all agree that Austin is a little weird?
I don't know how I feel about him.
Quirks.
I don't like his face. I don't like his voice. I don't like anything about him. I don't like any. I'm sorry. I don't like anything about him. He looks weird. His face is weird. His voice is weird. He's got some crazy veneers going on.
Oh, I didn't even notice
Or
that.
fake. I don't know if they're veneers or whatever they are. I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like him.
I don't
like his voice
I didn't
either.
like him at first, but then whenever one was coupling and he didn't get picked, I had a moment of sympathy for him.
I did
For sure, yeah.
I feel a little bad for him. So we'll see where that's
You're out of here,
You're the
brother.
most aesthetically judgy person.
I understand that. But I just don't
judge
like him.
someone-
There's something about him I don't like.
Yeah, maybe
There's something there that's just
there's
like,
something there. As he did come off a little unlikable with his comments. He's like, if I want to buy a girl a drink at the bar, I just knock over her drink, and then when I say,
Yeah, that was
can I buy you
douchey.
another one?
What a-
She has no choice but to say yes.
If somebody knocks
I was
over
like,
my drink,
bro.
and that's like, and he did it on, and I find out that he did it on purpose, I'm pissed.
Yeah, that's
like that feels
throwing the
aggressive.
drink in his
Yeah.
face.
But-
Pick up the ice and be like, Psh.
But we'll see. Maybe
he definitely gives off.
He gives off a weird vibe. I do
douchebag
agree.
I would
Yeah,
judge
he gives
someone
off a
by
vibe that I don't like.
But he also has some insecurities about it because I feel like he's not like exploring his options and like talking to others and like counting, like waiting to see how she's going to move.
There
and
may
I'm
be
like,
something more
Most
there.
douchebag boys are.
Oh, yeah, of
insecure, and
course.
that's why they are.
That's
the way
where it
they are.
comes from.
Ace gives off very much like
Oh, he's a place.
he plays, and he's also playing the guys too, like with the
that's,
girls.
That's something.
100%.
Yeah, like they don't seem like the. I feel
Ace
like
is a snake.
last season
Yes.
the bros felt more like they were like brothers, but this season it doesn't feel like that yet. It feels like they're gonna snake each other a little bit.
They were pretty open about what happened with the girls and like talk to each other. Yeah, but it does not feel
Like
like
the
they have
bromances were
camaraderie
strong.
like
They're
they did
more
last
playing
year.
the game.
Yeah.
Like I think that the guys
Ace
are
is
playing
for
the
sure.
game.
Ace is no matter the costs.
And I think Nick is going to be with about 14 different girls.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, go back to the whole.
Oh yeah, the Nick part where he talked about that he was going to sleep with as many women as possible.
100%.
And somebody just had to be on board with his freaky side, and I'm like, so you want to cheat on your girlfriend? Like that's what you're saying right now. I feel like
My note on Nick
you want an
was,
open
seems
relationship.
Like he'll be an attention whore, but mainly a whore.
What's that dude from Temptation Island?
I know you're talking about.
forget
It's
all
been
their
too long.
names
They're all
already.
blurry.
The threesome guy.
The threesome guy.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh no.
does you got to be on board with my freaky side?
What was his name? Oh my
I
God.
don't know. I forgot all their names already except for Grant.
Also, speaking of the freaky side, there's like multiple people on there that were like open about the feet thing. That was interesting.
That's true.
One of
Yolissa
them,
said she would suck a toe.
she'd suck a toe.
Yeah.
And like she's
Yolissa?
like,
Yeah.
she'd
Yeah.
suck a toe. And then Taylor's also a feet guy.
Yeah.
He was big on the feet.
And she's like, don't look at my feet. They're swollen. That's how I'd be in a hot climate, too. I'd be like, no, just calm down. They're hurting.
I wanted to back up for a second to the whole Ace and Shelley thing because
Yeah.
they knew each other.
Yeah.
They had a moment.
And they had a moment, they had a conversation where it felt like there could be something real there.
Yeah.
And then when it's the whole blindfold, like kiss who you want to kiss
Which is
thing,
crazy.
he kisses her and
Huda. And Alandria. Didn't he kiss Alandria,
I think
too?
he did, yeah.
Yeah, he kissed 3 girls.
think so.
I was like, oh, he kissed multiple.
Yeah.
He's a player.
He is
Also,
100% a player.
They're
sure.
also just swap and spit.
Oh, yeah. I
All
get
of
that.
it.
That's too much.
A lot.
I would hate to be
That's
the last person in
nasty.
the...
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like the human centipede kissing edition.
Okay.
Was that the
Anyway.
line? That was the line.
So what do we think about where this season's going to go?
Early
It's
winter
messy.
predictions.
It's very messy.
I think it's going to be messier than last
I
year.
agree. I think it's going to be messier. I would love to see like some coupling where it feels like
Real.
the one couple that I thought like actually could be good together feels like there's some red flags from both
Yeah.
sides. So I'm wondering how that's going to pan out. But I haven't seen anyone where anyone's just like clicked. Besides Sierra and Nick, I do feel like Sierra and
Look at
Nick
it this way
clicked.
though, because I think part of becoming a solid couple is growing from your red flags together,
True.
right? Like I think there's a
And they did make up the next day. Like there was some
yeah, there's a
some
good-
understanding there.
There's a good possibility, and a lot of it will hinge on the full reaction to
Yeah.
her being a mom, and like a lot of it will depend on a lot of things. But I think that's part of becoming a solid couple is overcoming those kind of things.
Yeah.
But if you had to predict now before looking at the list, like who stays together and who gets busted up, what would you predict?
I mean, I don't know about now, but future in the show, I don't know that unless Jeremiah and Huda could get on some very, very open and honest pages, I don't know that I see that going further because it could become toxic. If they continue to communicate, it could be good, but I feel like it could become super toxic.
I'm trying to also remember that, like with the bombshells that come in, like you never know. Like this whole cast we have right now could be gone, replaced by bombshells.
Yeah.
that end up staying.
You have like
My current fave is Sierra.
you think about like Miguel and Liv.
Yeah.
And
some
like,
heavy hitters.
all
All
of
season were
those guys.
bombshells.
Nicole was a bombshell.
Was a bombshell.
Yeah, a late game.
Forgot about Nicole.
Yeah. All
No,
right.
she came in with Andrea.
Yeah, she did come.
So
in
she
with
was
Andrea.
pretty. She
Yeah.
was a few episodes.
Oh
in.
no,
Then
that's
we've
Nicole.
still
I was
got
thinking
Casa.
about.
Miguel was later.
I was thinking about
Yeah, we got Casa
the
all over
lady,
again.
the gal who came in and was a previous contestant.
No, she had
and
that
knew-
sex with Rob the
Yes,
first night.
yeah,
Yes, like
Yeah.
because she knew him
Cassie.
from the year before, right?
Yep.
Yes, I was thinking that was her, but yeah, I remember Nicole now.
I
Like,
will say
we got to look at the list.
my early.
We got to look.
The couple list.
Yes.
Who's
What-
your favorite
okay,
girl and guy before we look at the list?
Who's my favorite? So top girl, top guy.
I would say Sierra and Taylor.
Yeah, I like Taylor.
He seems like a good guy, like
I
a
like
nice guy.
Taylor, and I guess I don't know. It's hard. I feel like I got to watch more of them to fully, because it could be like a false personality right now, or like you got to get to know him more. But I think Bella seems unproblematic.
She does. She seems super young.
Yeah.
Unproblematic.
Yeah.
She seems insecure
But-
to me, based on the reaction with Sierra.
Yeah.
And some of the things we talked about there too was unproblematic is a good way to say it. I think there's also a little bit of a hollow personality. there.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think she's
So
nervous.
she's not showing her true.
Yeah, she's nervous right
She's
now.
young. Like I mean, they're all
She's
young. but-
portraying. Well, there's
She's gorgeous.
So there's something that people have noticed is that depending on who she's talking to, she changes her accent and the vocal inflection. inflections of how she speaks. Because when she did the opening, the intro and everything, she had more of like this accent. But then depending on who she's talking to, whether it's different guys or what, like, or even like there was a moment where she was talking to Ulissa and she was talking more like how Ulissa talks to her.
Oh, so she's a chameleon.
She's a chameleon. Yeah, I think she's like adapting to her environment maybe to like get along with more people, or maybe not. Maybe she's
just an insecurity thing too.
Yeah,
right?
I've done that. Like tried to talk more like people. I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, she's like 22.
Yes,
also.
she's very young.
So it's like Taylor, like
Liv
the young
21,
person.
wasn't she?
Was Liv 21?
Yeah.
And
But
Liv had the same
older.
issues too.
She
though.
seemed older a lot of times, though.
Liv did
was
seem
great
very
with the
mature.
girls.
I
but
just-
she
Liv
had
seemed like
issues
motherly
opening up with the guys.
girls.
Yeah.
I felt like I'm only one episode in, but I'm having a harder time connecting with this cast than the last cast.
I feel like I didn't instantly connect with the last cast either, though. Like
No, it definitely
the last
takes-
I think I just need to watch it more.
It felt so like they feel so like we were connected to them now because we had a whole season of them and like
Also binged watched it all, and like consumed it all at once to where it was like there was no like.
Right.
I watched, we'd watch 2 or 3 episodes a day for everything, so you're getting a lot more of them.
real time now.
Yeah,
It's gonna be messy.
It popped into my head. I feel bad for Taylor being called the Diet Cordell.
I actually like him. Like he seems like he's.
He seems like a nice, genuine guy.
He does.
He seems
He's
like
a gentleman.
Yeah.
At least claims to be.
He's so far.
We'll see if that holds up.
So far, so good. He seems like one of the like a genuine guy there compared to maybe some of the other ones. He
And
seems
like
more
a good
genuine.
head on his shoulders.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Solid. Yeah. Solid dude.
We've seen enough just after like 1.5 episodes to know that Ace is the player.
yes.
Yeah.
Ace's place at the help of the heart.
Do you
But I
feel
don't
like,
think Nick is very far behind him. Though.
No, Nick definitely up there.
No, and maybe Nick will find somebody that helps him kind of change that mindset. That's my hope.
Maybe.
for him, right? And Sierra might be the person to do that because conversationally, like they connected really, really well.
I will
much
say
much better than he and Bella did.
The girls are gorgeous, like drop dead gorgeous this season. But yeah, I think I do feel like there was more of a connection at the beginning with season 6. But
I think that was just like a.
But I'm excited to
Like
see where this one
the
goes.
guys were all buddies and the girls were all buddies. Like they were very like.
All right,
And I don't see that.
who's the couples? What's the current couple situation?
list.
So current couples we've got here. Give me just a second. So Huda and Jeremiah are a couple right now.
Okay.
Sierra and Nick. And this is the rankings of how people liked them most too. So Huda and Jeremiah are number 1.
Okay, so they're still solid.
Sierra and Nick are number 2.
Nick.
Alandria and Taylor are number 3.
Still
So
together.
they're still
Okay.
And then Shelly and Austin are in 4th place. And the others are not
That
coupled up.
one's not going to stick.
The others are not coupled up. Okay.
Shelly and
So
Austin are
Ace
not
and
going to
Bella
stick.
are
100%.
are still single.
No.
Yeah, I think they're single.
I think Austin is gone before too long.
I can't see him building a genuine connection
Yeah.
at this point. But
With the
maybe
guys or the girls,
Maybe
I
he'll
would say.
calm down. But
Yeah.
maybe he'll settle into his own. And same with Bella too.
Because I think we learned in last season, like it's as important like for the guys to be able to form a relationship with the guys and the girls to be able to do it with the girls.
Yeah.
Because that
romance.
saved Liv how many times?
Yep.
And it saved Rob how many times?
Yeah,
like
it comes to where you're picking.
the girls, how many times did they have to pick and Liv won out every time because why she didn't make it in the end is because she never built that she never connected with the guys enough.
That's interesting for Ace because like Taylor knows that Ace kissed Alandria. And I mean, he didn't seem like upset about it, but he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, he knows.
And so he knows that in that moment down there when the guys were talking post game, he knows that Ace was not upfront and honest about who he kissed. And so Ace did that on purpose. And he's like, I'm here to play a game. And I wonder at the end of this, if Ace were the winner, would he choose the $100,000 or would he choose the girl?
100
grand.
Right now, I think $100,000.
Yeah. Like
100%.
What, for example,
He's got a great smile though.
what was her name?
Very
Andrea.
infectious.
She has been referenced as someone who showed up maybe to play the game. Maybe she did like Rob, but she did not focus on making friendships with the girls as much as she did with Rob and maybe being there to win.
And Liv being protected is what
also
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That her lack of alliance with the other girls is also what was her
So
demise.
even though she's there to play the game, she didn't play the game.
That's part of playing the game. Is
You know who played the game the best out of any of them was Nicole. She was there to play the game.
Yeah.
And she used Kendall to get to where she got.
She's
100%.
She's an op.
And then and then the reunion when she lost her mind over Kendall over something that happened before they were even knew each other. And she was she went nuclear on that. And it was like, okay, you were there to play the game.
That was messed up.
And you're playing the victim here out of that.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad.
So all of this to say that we really want you guys to watch along with us.
Yes, 100%.
So that we can discuss
because we're going to talk about it.
In podcasts and VIPs, like
along for the ride.
Yeah, be along for the ride and the human behavior side of it
100%.
to understand more about relationships.
If you've never watched Love Island, it's worth a watch.
Yes,
it is.
Also, I already have this thing rolling through my head about Ace because like him doing what he did really bothers me as a dude.
A full hardware boy.
That's exactly where I was going. I was like, hey, Ace is the place for tools. Like there's something there. Yeah. There's something there.
He'll probably be sponsored by Ace after.
Probably.
Yeah. But he does have personality though, which is a win for him. But
Ace is the place for tools and hose.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Visit our garden center.
Oh well, I have a little interesting topic to talk about real quick. So Sydney Sweeney is partnered with Dr. Squatch and is selling a limited run of Bathwater soap bars.
Made from her bathwater. Yeah. So I just wondered, why? What are we thinking here?
That sounds like a borderline OnlyFans type situation.
I was surprised to see that because like that doesn't seem like the usual type of thing. I mean, she's usually like a movie and TV show actress, but she doesn't usually do stuff like that. So I thought it was a little.
I think it's okay. First off, it's weird. Second, it's really her bathwater. They're just calling it bathwater.
I feel like it's one step away from toenail
weirdos are going to buy it.
But I mean,
if ever there was a product that just screamed, "I'm single."
She is.
They break up.
She just got
talking about her. I'm talking about anybody who buys that. Like, no dude in a relationship is going to buy this. It is only single.
Why is that something you would want to buy?
People are guys are obsessed with it right now. I think
it's sold out.
But you cannot honestly tell me that it's made out of her bathwater.
I mean,
they're gonna say it's made out of her bathwater.
But what if there's like some legal stuff in there where it's like it has to be because their market could be false. They could be sued for like false marketing or something.
So maybe how are they gonna prove it? Maybe they filled a tub with like a bunch of rose petals and she sat in it and got out and they used the water.
All she has to do is touch the water and it's her bathwater, right? So
or maybe the bath was just ran for her.
I think just how big was that paycheck? Like how big was that paycheck?
Yeah. Well, and as a dude, like, I mean, come on. But you've got to be hard up enough about this specific girl to be like, this water touched her hoo-ha.
But also,
that's why people are
it's going to scrub my balls.
Yeah, but also I think it's going to be one of those things, right? Like, to buy it for the story. Like, people will probably buy it for the story.
Collector's item.
Just want to put it on the shelf.
Right.
Actually,
I got Sydney's weird.
Smell it.
I think it's weird.
It's funny.
I guess
it's weird.
It is funny if she's doing it from a humorous side. Like it's funny. It's a funny thing to do. But also, and I mean, I can't hate on the girl for getting her bag. But
so my question is for commenters: would you judge someone for buying bathwater soap?
Would I? Would you judge someone for buying bathwater soap?
If I was single and I found out that a guy bought Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap, I might have a little bit of judgment there.
What ASCON? What's the ASCON rating for buying Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap?
I mean, that kind of
shouldn't do that.
That makes you a brozo. I think it makes you a brozo.
Yeah.
For all you fans out there, how much would you pay?
Right.
For Dusty Thunder bathwater soap.
Made with real beard.
I just start selling it on the side.
One beard hair included in every soap bar.
Oh my gosh, look, this soap still has the fart bubble in it.
Speaking of a worse place to find a hair.
There you go.
I think it's weird.
I know we're short on time. What else did you want to cover there?
Drive-thru etiquette. If your order is more than $50, go inside. There's no way you should be ordering that much food through the drive-thru. And I'm like, bitch, have you seen the
preface that by that is not your
this is somebody's opinion online.
Yes, okay.
This is not my opinion. Have you seen the prices of drive-thrus? Have you seen the prices of fast food?
Yes.
They're selling you
specifically punishing people with kids.
Yeah,
they're specifically selling you shit.
Not even that.
And they're charging so much money for it.
Yeah, but
that's 2 adults and 2 kids. That's $50.
As a family,
100%.
like every time we go through a drive-thru, it's going to be more than $50. So that feels like specifically punishing families. And it's like, you who have to like get the whole herd corralled here to go inside somewhere. Yes, you do that.
That's like,
because it's an inconvenience to me that you're in the line.
That's like 3 sandwiches from Panera Bread.
Listen, it's not my fault that whatever drive-through restaurant you're going through doesn't operate like Chick-fil-A.
Seriously.
Chick-fil-A is top of the line.
So, I mean, maybe you should blame the drive-through restaurant you're in that's taking forever and not the people in front of you that literally just ordered a meal.
I think we're also lucky with our Chick-fil-A because I have been to other Chick-fil-A's and it is not fast.
It is not as
we had like the #1 in the country for a while.
We have super speedy
before they tried to divide.
Although they have gone downhill since they've split up.
Yeah.
That's true. It depends. I think it depends. There's 2 of them that we have, and like they rotate between who's the good one.
Yeah, they did not. They divided, but not conquered.
Not only the speed, but the quality has gone downhill.
100%.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You would get a perfect fry every time, and now it's, I mean, I haven't been there in a long time, but...
You go to Florida and go through a Chick-fil-A, and you're like, what the is this?
I was one in Kansas City once, and I was like, why am I waiting in line? I've been here for like 8 minutes. This
why are they ridiculous? I should just pull around and my food should be...
Why is there 1 lane? Why is nobody standing outside with a tablet?
Why isn't someone doing communion at the halfway point in the line? Like, I've been blessed and received holy water and the cracker and the wine at this point in Joplin, so...
It's crazy.
I love the commercials where they don't say my pleasure and the people like pull up, pop them in the back seat of a car that's blacked out. And he's like, I said my pleasure. Tell him I said my pleasure.
I said it.
And I'm like, the people who put in like so much effort into those videos, I applaud you because I think it's great.
That's like something I want to be able to do for Storm.
I would love that.
Like SNL skits, but Dusty Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or just like the Storm team makes like parody commercials of stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Like what if we acted out like AskCon stories, like shorter AskCon stories, like we did like little acting out versions of them.
That would be good.
That would be hilarious.
But like the idea we had for Audi being a sponsor of Severance, like every innie needs an Audi.
Every innie needs an Audi.
I think that would be a great kind of ad for us to just make.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually the brands would, pay us to make them, but we just do it for fun in the beginning.
Hit us up.
I mean,
Severance.
people post that kind of stuff on TikTok all the time.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then a lot of times the brands do reach out.
But I want to do it with like that with high production value. But I want to get to a point where we have the freedom to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
So when we walk through the door of our business, we're like, and wake up in our
praise gear.
Body.
That's praise Dusty.
Praise gear.
Okay, what else did you want to cover before we?
Well, I was just going to say real quick, back to the original question. Somebody who says that $50 go inside, like you're crazy.
Oh, 100%. Like
there's nothing, even for, I mean,
the meal at McDonald's is like what? I mean, I haven't
$14 probably, $15.
3 people is $45.
Yeah,
that's just entitlement.
Yeah,
like that's all.
Like
that
I don't have
just
entitlement.
Well, I mean, if you want your food faster, why don't you get out of your car and walk your ass inside and order your
exactly
put those Crocs in sport mode, bitch.
Humanity is just in this person's way. It's just an inconvenience to them in general. So
I think people just complain about shit
to complain about shit. 100%.
Yeah,
but there were people that agreed with them.
Okay, so let us know what you think there.
What's the limit on takeout food in the drive-thru?
So can you only have like 2 orders if you're going through the drive-thru?
I mean,
also, if you are watching Love Island, thoughts so far?
Absolutely.
Also,
give us your thoughts.
Stranger Things thoughts. Mm-hmm. Also, what slang was cool when you were younger?
Right.
What was the?
Do you narrate your life? Does the voice inside your head cause you misery?
We have lots of questions.
Do you love the voice inside your head?
And how much would you pay for Dusty Thunder bathwater?
That is the most important question. And the second most important question is, do you follow at Tony Spark _?
Right. Which only matters if Tony starts posting content.
I posted a video the other day.
You posted the video,
the slow-mo attack
from the stream.
Doesn't matter. I posted a video the other day. I posted a video the other day.
Okay.
I might make a video this weekend.
I actually don't follow at Tony Spark _.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I did.
I don't follow that Thunder
it's a whole legal thing because of the work comp issue. Yeah. So I can't be legally connected to this.
Also, let us know in the comments if you know good workers' comp attorney. Just kidding.
Not for self-inflicted wounds.
It doesn't matter. I was injured at work.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. This has been.
I didn't ask you to fire the confetti cannon.
You took
Nope.
Yeah.
How did you that all on your own?
what was the hand motion for the confetti cannon again?
I feel like you probably need to do some more work on that.
No,
so that you can better control the angle next time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like work on some strength.
Gonna be flipping that.
Nope.
Hand-eye coordination.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.